Special guest commentator Louis Cartwright, along with Ezekiel Iceman-Moore, Christina Fuchs, and Paul Rhymes, here once again on pit table number 1 for our first big major final of the weekend, the Open Doubles Final. There you see Frederic Collignon, his partner, of course, Todd Loffredo. They're going to be on the right of your screen. And on the left, Tony Spredeman and Billy Pappas coming from the loser's side. And, of course, we saw that match a couple of nights ago that ended in somewhat of a controversial fashion. In the world of foosball, it really doesn't get much better than this. Louis Cartwright, your impressions as we go into this exciting Open Doubles Final.
Well, I know after that first controversial match, Tony was very pumped up, very excited. He didn't seem negative, and he told me that he was going to be back in these finals playing this team, and he was just excited to do it. So that alone says it's going to be an exciting match.
And here we go. It's Frederic Collignon, Todd Loffredo on the right. It's Tony Spredeman, Billy Pappas on the left. Huge crowd assembled here on pit table number 1. As we mentioned before, the anticipation for this match is about as high as you're going to find for any matchup on the professional tour anywhere in the world. Billy Pappas ices the ball down the table. And here's Todd Loffredo. So what can we expect early on, Louis? These teams going to feel each other out a little bit, or are they just so familiar with each other that they already basically have a game plan even early on here in this match?
Well, I think they each already know what to expect from the other players. I think if Tony doesn't start as strong as he normally does every match, if they just do a little bit of switching, you might see a little bit of reversal of the outcome of the last match. Use Billy a little bit more, but if Tony comes out on fire, it's going to be a steamroll.
Well, Tony Spredeman played awfully well yesterday. I thought his game had improved yesterday over the previous night. And I'll tell you what, Spredeman and Pappas, their body language suggests right now that they are focused, that they really, really want this one bad, Mark.
Yeah, I think they should have switched earlier in the first match. If Tony's not efficient, then Billy needs to get up there.
And Spredeman gets his team on the board first here in game number 1. And, of course, Spredeman and Pappas must defeat Collignon and Loffredo in 2 consecutive 3 out of 5 matches to win the title. And I think a lot of us think that perhaps there's a great chance that it will go 2 sets. I think we all hope it will. Just the opportunity to watch these 4 players on one table at one time is really, really exciting. And there's that angling effort from Collignon. Such a tough shot to stop. It's now 1-1. Referee for the match, Tom Yore.
Well, let's not leave one thing out. Billy played Federico in the winner's bracket of Open Singles and beat him 3 games in brutal fashion. Beat him very, very quickly.
And really, you don't see Collignon manhandled like that very often, if ever.
So there's got to be some confidence there blocking his 3-bar. Billy told me that he went out to eat yesterday. He said that he remembered his defense from the Worlds when he played singles, and that was the difference for him. So he's coming back in touch with the feel of blocking Rico. And that may be the difference here. We'll have to see.
It's 1-1 here in the first game, just getting things underway in the Open Doubles Final here at the 2006 Tour Kickoff in Las Vegas at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. All of it, of course, brought to you by Inside Foods Productions and Tornado Table Soccer.
Have any of these players played yet today, or is this the first match for all 4 of them?
Collignon has played singles, as has Spredeman today. Spredeman defeated by Tom Yore. Collignon will play Tom Yore for 3rd place or better in the loser's bracket in open singles. And Billy Pappas raced him out there and made the block. Billy playing with just extraordinary confidence. Fires that shot on goal, rebounded by Loffredo.
There's some very different philosophies on blocking Federico. And one of them, Lewis's Caesar shuffler, or however they call it, is a fast motion defense that covers one side of the goal or the other and is kind of anticipatory. This is a more slow kind of hide-and-go-seek defense that is designed to throw off his timing.
And again, he finds that split hole. It's 2-1. Well, Frederic Collignon sat at the end of the table last night and all day yesterday, each and every time that Billy Pappas and Tony Spredeman played, and when Billy Pappas played singles, and watched every single ball, analyzing exactly what he wanted to do, and apparently he's making adjustments. He so far has hit 2 angling efforts off that Euro pin set, and he's given his team the early 2-1 lead. The key will be whether Spredeman can get rolling against Loffredo.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest difference in the first match. If Tony is very productive up front, I don't see Todd and Federico. I know Federico's results, but I don't see them slowing this team down.
And Collignon this time to the far side, so Federico coming out shooting well here in game number 1. It's 3-1.
Bussy does a lot of that.
Yeah, Tony's got to keep up. Tony's got to keep. He's got to play as well as he can play, because Billy can get up there and pass and score at will against this team.
Collignon didn't execute the pass. It's stolen away by Tony Spredeman. Tony into that tic-tac. Hard through the lane. He'll set it up, looking to pull his team back within one. Shooting against Todd Loffredo, Tony Spredeman. Tony tried to go down the middle. Loffredo showed him that huge split hole, then took it away. Made the block. A good bit of defense right there from the great Loffredo. Bounce pass by Collignon, or rather by Spredeman. He has possession again on the three. Tried to come to the near side there. It's Loffredo.
I think Loffredo's much happier blocking Tony than he is Billy. Billy beats people to the hole, and the way Tony shoots, creating a hole, he plays into Todd's kind of methodical defense.
Yeah, Billy's got the rollover, the equivalent of Todd's old pull shot. As soon as a hole opens, he just explodes on it, whereas Tony's going to create the hole sort of like Federico. I think we discussed that.
Collignon has possession on the three, and he calls timeout. So Tony Spredeman moving into defensive position against the three row of Frederic Collignon, who puts the ball back into play. So he'll give him a completely different look, bringing that third man over. And there's Spredeman with a block. And Collignon hit that one wide of the goal, hit up into the air and off Billy Pappas. So Pappas will have the serve.
Oh, so far that's a productive switch.
A couple of blocks by Spredeman, who is a very good defensive player back there. Pappas, with that dead stop lane wall series, has it stolen away by Collignon, who quickly advances it to his three. Federico Collignon setting it up, looking for a 4-1 lead here in game number one. Into that half helicopter, then strokes it home to the near side. It's 4-1. A hot start for Collignon and Loffredo here in game number one has led to a 4-1 lead. Spredeman now back to that forward position, but he has the ball stolen away by Frederic Collignon, who's got a chance to put away game number one.
I'm sure we'll see a timeout here unless he just goes.
I think just go to that far side, blocked by Pappas. Collignon again looking for a first game win. Collignon fires it home to that near corner. It's 1-0.